Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Flaminia, a knitter from Italy, and this is my YouTube channel where I like to talk about my knitting. And it's been a minute since I've last posted a podcast episode, so if you only watch my podcast, hi, I'm back. I didn't mean to /2 months and a half to pass in between podcasts, but you know, here we are. It's been a chaotic start of the year, so happy 2025. I hope that however chaotic it has been for you, it's been fine, that you know, you're not too stressed. Personally, I don't know, it's been a lot of things going on, but I'm super excited for this episode. As you can see, I've made a post-it with the things I have to say, so I'm going to be in my very Italian style, just moving my hands a lot because I need to let the energy flow. So basically today is a super special episode. We have so many things to go through. We have a pattern release, we have a knit along announcement, and then at the end of the video there's going to be a giveaway winner announcement because I was running a giveaway for when I last put up the 2-year anniversary video. So I'm sorry if you've been waiting for that. Happy New Year. So that's going to be at the end though. And so let's start with the pattern release. I don't know if you've been following up on my Instagram, but I've just posted, I just announced on Instagram that this is going to come out on Friday, which is the release day of this video, but you know, I'm filming in the past, so it's for you in the future, it will be out. The Sandro Pullover, which is the beautiful sweater that I'm wearing, is going to be out in the world for you to purchase. I'll leave the link down below. If you want to purchase it, that's great, but if you just want to support, you can do that by, you know, visiting the Ravelry page or liking the favoriting it or adding it to your queue. So that really helps the algorithm out. If you'd like to do that, I would be super grateful, and it doesn't cost you anything. Of course, if you'd like to buy this, I don't know, I would be honored. I'm still I don't know if anyone who's purchased this. I mean, so many people have been so supportive, being yeah, I cannot wait for the pattern to be out so I can buy it and knit it. I'm this is so surreal. I've been going through all of my testers photos. Oh my god, that I'll put, wait, squish it aside so I can put them here. And I was oh my gosh, this is so real. I've been wanting this to happen for so long, and it's finally time. I'm still super oh my god, it's going to happen, because you know, of course, in your time it already happened, but for me, I'm oh my god, it's going to go out in 2 days. So I'm still everything is ready, basically. Most of the pictures I have pattern is ready, and all of that is ready. I'm just, I don't know, very scared about Ravelry and how that all works, but anyways. So these are some of the beautiful versions for my testers, and I really want to thank my testers. If you tested for me, you've been amazing and so supportive, and I don't know, you guys, so many people left me some very positive feedback and some also compliments on the feedback form, and that was, I don't know, that really, I don't know, again, it made it feel so real and it's actually happening, and that's crazy. But I've been wanting to do this, and finally I can say it. Maybe I said it already, but if you applied to test and you didn't get in this time, I appreciate you so much, because you made me feel so much more confident in me again. So I'm going to send you an email, so check your inbox, with an extra discount code. So if you want to purchase the pattern, if any of you want to purchase the pattern, it's going to be 15% off for until Sunday at midnight. So for the, how's it called? The launch weekend, 15% off. And then if you apply to test, I'm going to send you through email an extra discount that you can put on top of it, because you've just been so nice to offer your time and knitting labor to me. So yeah, again, thank you so much for my testers. Thank you to anyone who applied again, and thank you for like anyone who supported in any other ways, like messaging me or like commenting on, I don't know, on anything, like being excited, or like really I'm just speechless, and I'm super grateful. So thank you so much. And a little bit of information on the pattern, like useful basic information. This is a European construction sweater. So you cast on at the back and then you increase to create the slope on the shoulders. As you can tell, then you pick up like in kind of a drop shoulder style, you pick up stitches, then you work short rows to line the shoulders and like make it fit very nicely. And then, you know, increase for the neck, join flat, work down, join in the round. Then the neck is then picked up and is knitted in 1x1 ribbing. I have to say that the only modifications that I made in the pattern is I made the neckline a tiny bit like less wide, which, you know, seeing my testers version, I think this is a good thing. And, you know, it has this like gorgeous, like very classic, like stockinette cable, like kind of pattern all over it. Then you pick up stitches to knit the sleeve, and then you also knit short rows. I don't know if you can tell. You knit short rows to slant them, so again it just follows your silhouette nicely. And yeah, it's one of my favorite features. You have 1x1 ribbing. The gauge is 22 stitches. I should know the row gauge too. I think it's 32 rows, so like 22 by 32. So it is a DK weight gauge pattern, and the recommended yarn is Drops Daisy. I knitted in the color 06. Some of my testers used Drops Daisy and they made some amazing color choices. Like, oh my god, like, I mean, you would have seen it on the screen, but like really, I was amazed. So it's like a seamless drop shouldery style, knitted flat and then in a round type of thing. I've had some testers, like one of my friends, Ariana, this is her second ever sweater, and she made like the short rows she did, like they're so clean. Like in one of the pictures, she was like this and you couldn't see like the German short rows turn at all. So, you know, and she didn't like, she was like, yeah, it was all clear, like very easy to follow, straightforward. So I was like very happy about it. So if you are a beginner, I would say go ahead. So yeah, I think this is all I have to say about this pattern. Of course, this is future me. Hi. Probably for you seconds ago I've said that I finished talking about the pattern. I forgot some things. I forgot to tell you that it has basically around 30 centimeters of positive ease, and that it is a unisex pattern, and there is a paragraph in the pattern. Oh, this is a spoiler. Okay, the paragraph in the pattern where it tells you how to modify it to fit a more masculine body type, and there is a link to a size chart. I didn't want to make it too extensive and to make it confusing, but I'm just telling you like what to keep in mind and like how to modify the short rows and like body length and stuff, and like how that affects your yardage requirements. So if you want to make it for your partner, you know, don't mind that mine is pink, but it is like a pretty unisex sweater that like there is no bust shaping or waist shaping or anything like that. So I feel like it's pretty unisex. It's really super basic. So if also you want to make it for someone else, I hope the pattern can guide you with that. So back to the podcast. I'm super proud, if I can say so. I'm just super proud. It's like my baby, and I'm also super, like, it gets me super emotional that, you know, Sandro was the name of my grandfather. So I mean, I've talked about the name inspiration and all of that in the past, so if you're curious, just go back in podcast episodes and you'll find it. But yeah, it's just like, you know, that special link that just, I don't know, just makes me that slight bit happier. And like, it's all for the pattern, but I want to give an update on the yarn. I love Dropped Daisy, okay? And I think it's a really good yarn for this pattern. Like, you can see the stitch definition is crazy, and it's super, super soft, but let's address the pilling situation. So I've been wearing this so much, like a crazy amount, okay? And I only depilled it once. I depilled it in April. And, you know, as you can maybe imagine, I've worn it a ton since April. There is a tomato sauce stain. Very Italian of me. Oh my God. I have to get that out. The pilling situation. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad. But, you know, how should I show you? Can you see it? I feel like you cannot... okay, maybe here. Like, I feel like you cannot tell how bad it is on camera. But I have to say... Let me see. Okay, it only peels on the arms for me, at least for how I wear it. Like, there is some peeling on the sides of the body as well, but it's a lot less dramatic than what it is on the sleeves. I also have a bit on like here, but just because I wear my bag on the right side. And yeah, it's just very bad, as you can tell. If you're struggling with depilling your sweaters, I would highly recommend a wool comb to depill your sweaters because it works wonders. Yeah, so I would still like highly recommend this yarn for this pattern and in general. Like, if depilling your sweaters a bit more often doesn't bother you, because, you know, if that's the case, maybe not the most like peaceful choice for you, but clearly I don't mind. And yeah, it just has really, really good stitch definition. So for any textured patterns, would highly recommend. Then let's get into the KAL, the knit along, which is basically an idea of my testers, probably of one of my testers. Unfortunately, it was so long ago that I cannot remember who it was from, but everyone was like, oh my God, yes, like, please, let's do it. Basically, I don't know, they were so nice and they enjoyed apparently knitting this sweater so much and wearing this sweater so much, and they were like, I want to make another one. And while during the testing period, I kept getting like pictures of them watching a movie, and, you know, there are like many brands have this kind of iconic, like this type of panels, cable kind of texture, like Ralph Lauren, to say one, but I'm sure many others, like, you know, it's just so classic. Actors in movies and in TV series just wearing those, and they're being like, oh my God, he wears that. Like, in the first Harry Potter movie, I think there were a ton of people wearing like something like this. Also, I remember it clearly because it made me laugh. In The Devil Wears Prada, like, because I never remembered it as such, but you know the scene where it goes, yeah, and that, like, the little ugly sweater you're wearing that is like, you think that's blue, that's like cerulean blue, and, you know, you bought it from a cheaper blah blah blah. That scene, the cerulean, that's so hard to pronounce, blue jumper, it looks like this. I'm like, oh my God, that's like such a full circle moment. And so yeah, and also I think Henry Cavill in some kind of movie wears it, so I was like, oh my God, yeah, so I need to make another one. So basically there were some like people that mentioned that they want to make another one. Some people already know the colorway and the yarn they want to use, some people don't. But if you want to knit this pattern, I was thinking, and it's going to happen, to just host a knit along. Like, you know, the spark was given by the Harry Potter movies, but I think we were thinking of like Sandro 2.0 Harry Potter sweater KAL, something like that, but it's a bit too long, so I'm just going to keep it brief to Sandro Pullover KAL. So if you would just want to knit the sweater as it is, like not referencing anything in particular, then you're welcome to join. If you're one of my testers and you want to knit another one, you're welcome to join. Again, if you want, like, you know, if you just want to knit this, welcome. again, you're welcome to join. I'm going to join in as well because I've been meaning to do another one of these for so long, because you have no idea like how big the FOMO is while you're watching all your testers like knitting beautiful versions of something you made originally. Like, I just need it in all colors. That's crazy. So yeah, I'm going to join in, and there's going to be, I think, some prizes or one prize, kind of depends on what I can find. Basically, in Rome, there is this like kind of yarn fair that's called Abilmente, and it is, I think, like late, like across the beginning of March. I am going, like it's from a Thursday to a Sunday, and I'm going on the Saturday, which is the 1st of March. So I don't know, like, if that's very random, but if any of you is going, like, I'm going with my knitting friends. I mean, one is going to Singapore, but lucky her. Most of them, I'm going with them. So, and also my mom is coming as well with one of, like, with the friends of her. So that will be super fun. So I don't know if you're going, I don't know, DM me, or just like, I don't know. I don't know where I'm going to go with this, but I'm just curious to know if any Italian pal is going. So yeah, I'll be going, and I'll maybe be snagging some yarn goodies. So, I don't know the price yet, but there will be, I think. And I'm not still sure about the duration, but maybe 3 months is good. And of course, like, whips are welcome. You don't have to complete the sweater. That's totally fine. So if, like, to enter the knit along, yeah, I mean, you can knit along without caring about the world, but if you want to be eligible to win the prizes, post on Instagram with the hashtag Sandro Pullover KAL. And also I'm planning to set up, actually, if you want to know, in fact, I'm not planning to do anything. I'm just like thinking about things now and just saying, yeah, I've planned this so much. Like, I haven't planned it, but I'm planning in the future to set up Instagram group chat. Maybe that would be fun for whoever wants it. Like, I guess I'll see how many people there are, and yeah, I mean, I think that would be fun. Like, just to share the progress and chat and share the yarny goodnesses and stuff. So if you want, like, to join on the knit along, DM me, send me a comment, like, contact me in so many way, shape, or form, like email, whatever you want, and I'll set it up and I'll put you in. And I think, are we done? Yeah, as I said, giveaway winner from pattern giveaway at the end. And also, I don't know, I'm touching my hair a lot. I don't know. I refreshed my curls for the occasion, but I don't know if they're good. So anyways, I think we just have to get into things, because we have 3 finished objects. We have more than 3, but I just have 3 to show. I did give knit in the meantime. It was like a lovely pair of like lacy fingerless gloves that I made for a friend. So if I can manage to made her send me, was that good grammar, a picture of them, I'll put it up. If it's not up, it's just a fail. But anyways, they were really fun. Then I knitted a mouse for my boyfriend, but let's not count that. There's not the usual amount of finished objects I have. I mean, they're all garments, that's the point. Not the usual amount, it's just that I haven't really been knitting super much. But again, I haven't filmed in a while. So this is the lovely stack we're going to talk about. These 2 at the bottom, if you watch my Everything I Knit in 2024, you will have seen, but I never talked about them in a podcast, so I'm going to do them. I'm going to do that now. So you're going off to the side, my friend. First, let's talk about, like, I'm going chronologically here. I'm going to put pictures of me wearing them because I'm just like all wrapped in a blanket, and you understand, I'm like pajama bottoms, so I'm not going to stand up to try things, but I have some cute pictures of these, so I'm going to put them up. Look at this beauty. I'm sorry that's been folded, so maybe not the most neatly, but ta-da! This is my sweater number 29 by My Favorite Things Knitwear, and I'm just obsessed by this color combo. If I was a summer, I totally would do a colorwork sweater in this. So as I said, it's sweater number 29 by My Favorite Things Knitwear, knitted in native olive heavy merino in the shaded dusty artichoke. I used exactly 9 balls of the heavy merino for this. I ended up knitting size medium, which is quite oversized. Like, it's probably as oversized as this, which is, you know, quite oversized, you can tell. But I just love it. I've been wearing it so much. That's crazy. And, you know, just the difference. Like, of course, I wore my Sandro more because I finished it earlier. But, you know, you can tell how, like, the same yarn composition into different yarns. And, like, of course, the merino wool is different. This is quite a bit of more of a rustic, like, Scandinavian merino wool, I can tell. Like, it's definitely not this type of super soft and squishy merino. I mean, still quite squishy, but not soft. It has a bit of texture to it. But you can tell how much better it stands. The wear, that's crazy. Like, no pilling at all. What I noticed is that, you know, I wore it a lot while moving back home from Edinburgh, and I wore a lot of things on my shoulders, and I was noticing that the neck was kind of getting a bit wide. But I think that, you know, with washing it, it will shrink back up. And to be honest, I think that not wearing it is just like springed back a little bit by itself. You know, there is a minimal pilling on the right hand, the right sleeve, but I don't even know if you're able to pick it up on camera, like here, but like, if I wouldn't have done this close of an inspection, then I wouldn't have noticed. Honestly, I don't care, but again, I wouldn't have noticed. And so yeah, I've worn it a lot, size medium. I love the color. I absolutely love it. And I've been getting a lot of compliments on it, which is also really nice. The pattern was quite clear. You know, My Favorite Things Knitwear, very, as it calls, very settled, maybe, like very settled, big knitwear designer. So her patterns are really well tech edited. So, you know, I haven't had any problems ever with My Favorite Things patterns. I've heard from some people there were sometimes mistakes in Petiteknit patterns sometimes, or that like there were a bit of gray areas. But I don't know if maybe like My Favorite Things Knitwear designs in a more simplistic way. Like, it's just very straightforward. Like, I don't know, like, this is very easy to knit. You just knit the 2 saddles, then you pick up, on the back. You pick up on the back, you knit short rows, then you pick up on one front, and, you know, there are instructions row per row that you have to follow, but they're not annoying because, you know, it's just this amount, so it's fine. The only thing about this is that, well, there were a lot of ends to weave in compared to like a drop shoulder, because literally, like, you break your yarn everywhere. Like, you do the two saddles, you break your yarn. You do the back, like, you pick up for the back, you break your yarn. You work the back, you break your yarn. You pick up the fronts, one of the front, you break your yarn, the other front, you break your yarn, you join, and then you break your yarn, and then, no, maybe you don't break to join in the round, but, you know, there's a lot of breaking your yarn. And I was good enough to, like, because I just couldn't stand the mess. Like, it looked very messy, and even with picking up stitches, like, it was full of threads everywhere. So I was like, no. Like, I picked up and knitted the neck as soon as possible, so I could just like weave all the ends in like the yoke part, so I could just be done with all the mess. So that's the only thing that I wasn't like crazy about. But yeah, and I was very satisfied that I managed to just use all the yarn that I had. That was really nice. So yeah, I would say 9.5 out of 10 for this. Then I was testing this one. This is the West Sand sweater by Journey Through Yarns. Rebecca is one of my knitting pals from Scotland, and honestly, I think, I mean, I didn't think, I know, basically I had a metal stitch marker on this, and I blocked it. I did like a mid-project block. Did I do a mid-project block? But anyways, I blocked it, I put it in water, and basically the metal stitch marker rusted. Like, it was very old, clearly not that high quality, but you know, it was one of those like pins that you get on your clothes, on like the tags of your clothes, so you know, I couldn't be mad. Basically it rusted and it stained my sweater and I basically managed to get most of it out with a mixture of lemon and salt. You can still see it here a bit. You can see, like, but it's very, very minimal. But there is a very weird, like, yellow stain on the front that it's very, very light again. But if I hold it here, I feel like you can? No, I cannot see it anymore. Oh no. Oh, this is the back. Yes, I can see it. Okay. I feel like you can kind of see like here, but it wasn't the rust, it's something else. So I don't know. I don't know what's going on. Like, my first white sweater, and you know, I usually don't stain my sweater, but just because it's white, it's like picking up everything in the world. But anyways, this is a very, very comfy sweater to wear. I love it a lot. It's even more oversized than my usual, I think. I don't remember. This is very oversized. The yoke, it's pretty deep, as you can see, but oh yeah, it's pretty deep, God. But I don't know, I'm not the one to struggle wearing like sweaters in my coats, mostly because it's not that cold that I need to wear like a super heavy coat. So I'm like, you know, all like imbottita. And I cannot move, like that's not my usual. So I haven't had a problem yet. But I have to say the sleeves are really big. So maybe for one of the people who like struggle wearing big sweaters underneath their coat, either just wear it with some like a larger coat that have wider sleeves, or you really have to like adjust the sleeves. Like I think you can like puck it up, and you know, I think it's manageable. I don't think it's like too much. It's a raglan, as you can see. It has like a gorgeous mock neck, and it, you know, it has these contrast hems, which I really love. Honestly, the color combo is what I love the most about this. Like, it's giving classy. It's giving classy Cruella de Vil. Like, imagine this with a red lipstick and like red nails. So you start from the neck. You need a top down. You need short rows, so it fits really, really good on the shoulders and on the neck. Then you knit this like very thick, I mean, is it very thick 4-stitch raglan? But I really like a thick raglan. Like, I'm not a huge fan of raglans, even if apparently it's what I knitted the most last year. Yeah, crazy. But yeah, the yoke is just the main color, and then you start the colorwork stripes on the after splitting for body and sleeves. And I'll show you the color work up close. It's gorgeous. Like, the definition is crazy, and the texture given by the, can you see? Oh my god, the texture given by the pearl stitches and the color work is so unique. Like, I feel like I've never been too much of a fan of pearl stitches and color work, just because I found it didn't like actually add to the pattern. It was just like, you know, I'm struggling in knitting color work, so why do I also have to add difficulty by adding pearls if it doesn't really like make that much of a difference? But here, I feel like you wouldn't be able to achieve this look with anything else. So I would highly recommend. The pattern is really straightforward, and yeah, I used so this is hard every time because, you know, of course there are 4 colors. So 5 colors, 1, 2, 3, no, 4, okay, because there are 4 colors. So the white is the Filcolana Peruvian Highland wool in the color Snow White. So if you can tell, it's a whiter white than a natural white, which is good. Then this light gray and the black are West Yorkshire Spinners Craft DK. I mean, you can check my Ravelry for exact names, but you know, the light gray and the black. Then there is the, I think it's here, yes, this other like this medium gray, that it's the shade medium gray in West Yorkshire Spinners Jacob Fleece DK. So yeah, I have to say that I would consider the Peruvian more of a worsted weight yarn. Depends on like what your tension is and what gauge you can achieve with it. You can absolutely work it up as a DK, but for me it was really, really dense. So yeah, it's showing some pilling actually, which is, I mean, not really. 1 pill that I have in my hand, so nothing too dramatic. But yeah, this is, I don't know, I feel like this is a really statement sweater without it being too colorful. I feel like it makes the outfit herself, and I feel like this like fills a specific gap that I had in my wardrobe of like, you know, all the color work things that I did were pretty like either eye contrast. I mean, this is eye contrast as well because it's what fits me the most. Like, it is what suits me the most, but also very colorful high contrast. Well, this is quite a neutral high contrast, and it's not super traditional looking. So, you know, it's a way of incorporating fun color work in your wardrobe without like going super crazy. Of course, you could go crazy with the colorway. I'm just saying that the colors I chose made it like neutral but not boring, and also with, you know, neutrals that fit me, because I feel like in the past or when I started knitting, I felt like all the neutrals, like there was just like either light gray or beige, or like 1,000 other shades of beige, but beige clearly doesn't suit me. So I was like, it's very hard for me to knit a neutral sweater and for it to not look boring, but I feel like I achieved it pretty well with this, so I am pretty happy. So these were actually finished in 2024. Now let's go to one that I love, that I actually finished not too long ago, but I've been wearing it so much. And I made a vlog, about the sweater number 29, which I still need to edit. And I don't know, guys, I'm still like, I'm so behind on filming and uploading schedule. Like, I want to make a review of last year Make 9 and like some plans that I have for this year, and I still haven't done it. And it's mid-February, and I mean, at least next week minimum, so it's going to be either like March. That's crazy, I'm so sorry. So the next sweater I finished, first sweater finished sweater of 2025 is super cool, you guys. I'm sorry, it's super cool. Ta-da! It's a bit wrinkly as well because I've been wearing it so much, but it is the poppy tee made into a sweater by Petiteknit. Can you recognize the English tailoring shoulder construction? It looks so good, and like, look at the fabric up close. The yarn is 100% cashmere, and you know, I can hear you say, which one, which yarn is it? I'm like, it was an old scarf that someone in my family owned that never wore, and I was like, it was like, it's super massively long. I think it was like over 2 meters, like super long. It took me ages to unravel, but it was so easy to unravel. It was like 3x3 ribbing, and it just had like traditional bind off and like a long tail cast on at the bottom. I mean, clearly, you know, machine knitted, but it was those. And I was like, oh my god, and it feels lovely, and it gave me a sweater quantity of yarn plus some extra. Look at this. I'll try it on. Oh my god, you guys, it is so comfortable. I mean, first of all, let's talk about the color. Like, I don't know, I feel like it's in my color palette. It's like this cobalt color, and so I made size medium of the pattern because, you know, I still loved the kind of more tailored shoulder construction, but I wanted it still to be like quite oversized, which I feel like I achieved. I'm not sure how many centimeters of ease I have. I never measure it. Like, I mean, of course, for my, you know, for the Sandro, I did because, you know, kind of important thing to know. But with my finished objects, I never do it. I think it did grow a bit in blocking, and with wearing, you know, the shoulder thing is, I feel like it's supposed to be here, and it's a bit more here, but I'm not bothered by it, clearly. And like, I don't know, it's super soft and velvety. The yarn is amazing. Oh my goodness. And so let's talk about the modification. I mean, of course, going up a size, one size or two sizes? One size. I feel like I'm size small in Petiteknit. So I need size medium. And I feel like it grew a bit in blocking, so it's maybe a bit bigger than size medium, but still I needed size medium. I mean, look at with the red nails. I'm sorry. Okay. I keep getting distracted, and, you know, of course, going up a size. Then I did 2x2 ribbing without the like, you know, the poppy tee. There is a purl row to like kind of separate the stockinette from the ribbing, and I didn't do that. So yeah, I don't know, really, oh my god, really like how it looks. Still have to weave in some ends at the back neck. You know, the neck is starting to gape a bit, just because the, you know, the cashmere is very soft, and when something is very soft, it can tend to not hold the shape so much. And also, like, 2x2 ribbing is, I like, in my opinion, is like much stretchier and a much looser ribbing than 1x1 ribbing. So I don't know, it makes sense to me that it stays like kind of cinching in less, especially if you wear it how much I've been wearing this one. And I've been getting so many compliments on like how this fits on me, which is super nice. And of course I made long sleeves, and I also recorded a project vlog for this, which will also go out eventually. But yeah, I did the creases, I think every 14 or 15 rounds. But I know that I did it 8 times for size medium, because then you, with the thing, so you get a number dividable by 4 for the ribbing part, so you can do 2x2 ribbing. And I also did everywhere. Tubular 2x2. Oh my god, bind off, yeah. And I feel like this time looks very, very good. I think it also because it is like a darker yarn, and because, you know, there's less stitch definition, like, you know, it's kind of fuzzy and stuff. But I love how it looks. I feel like it looks very polished, finally. And I did a split hem, so I guess I'll have to stand up to show you, but please don't judge me. So this is the split hem. As you can see, like, here is my natural waist and here's my belly button, and this is where it goes. So I think it's like crops. I mean, not too long, not too short. It's like a very good length, I think. And I really like how this looks. Originally, I was planning on knitting the back split hem longer than the front, but basically I already knitted it to, like, I wanted to do like 10 and 8 centimeters, but I already, like, I was knitting one, and I didn't really pay attention whether I was knitting on the front or on the back, and I made it up of 10, and then I tried it on. I was like, I basically did the front, and that was already 10. So I was like, you know what, I'm fed up. I'm just going to do 10 and 10. So I did 10 and 10. So never mind. On the sleeves, I don't really know. I just did this, which I guess it's, you know, my phone is kind of 15. So I guess it's kind of, yeah, 8 or 9, 7, 8 or 9 centimeters. It's just how long I wanted it. Honestly, I don't know. And actually the sleeves are pretty long, so they arrive till here. So if I'm doing something, they get a bit in the way, but, you know, I can always crunch it up, or, like, honestly, I don't care, because I can just, like, I don't know, do this. So I'm happy. Oh, something I want to do in the new year is including the costs of the sweaters. So I would have put it on the screen for the past 2 finished objects, but this costed me $0 to make, and it's 100% cashmere lovely sweater, because one of my knitting friends lent me the pattern, so I didn't pay for the pattern. So it's just like crazy. Like, I'm like super proud. Like, this, I feel like, is the peak of my thrifty yarns moment. Like, can you believe that this was a scarf and I made it into a cashmere sweater? Like, that's super crazy to me, and I'm very impressed. But I feel like we should get on to the whips. I don't have a lot because I don't know, I just have anxiety, because I bought, like, if you haven't watched my last video, it was a yarn haul on everything I bought basically in the last 4 months of the year while I was in exchange in Scotland. So, well, that's a lot of yarn. You guys, I have a lot of yarn, but it's not just that it is a lot of yarn, it's that I have a lot of very, very nice yarn that I'm just, you know, I perfectly know that if I knit something and I'm not happy with it, I can just frog it and reuse the yarn. But I don't know, something about it just, like, freaks me out. Like, I have some Noro, some Gepard yarn, I'm like, oh my goodness gracious, I really don't want to mess this up. So I'm basically, like, casting on with the yarns that I care the less about. Like, poor yarns, like, I'm being very, very not nice, but, you know, I'm it's just that I don't want to mess the good yarns, like the very pricey yarns. So I'm just going to use up the ones that are a bit more chill. Like, this is yeah, so I just have one sweater on the needles because I'm so undecided about what I want to do. So I just have one. This is the second time that I'm here, but yeah, there was a lot of kind of, you know, I'm stressed, as I said 10 times in the span of 30 seconds. So I just wanted something easy to do, and I have this 100% merino wool that my mom brought me at a yarn fair, and I have 10 balls, and it's fingering weight, so I'm holding it double, and I swatched it on 4.5mm needles, and it was kind of like, it was nice, the fabric was nice, but I didn't listen to my gut when I noticed that the swatch really didn't like block out nicely, and like the what's it called, it was really not drapey, you know. It was kind of crunchy somehow. It's a really weird way of like describing something, but it was a bit crunchy and it was very stiff. So I showed it to my friends and they were like, no, frog it. And also it was massive, because I was like, I'm knitting, this is the Stockholm sweater v-neck by Petiteknit. I just wanted something easy to knit, okay? Like, this back panel is just straight. Like, you knit it straight, you don't do anything. So I was like, that's nice. Like, for once, like, I hope it's going to fit well, because of course, you know, I would rather like do German short rolls for it to fit nicely. But I feel like the combo of like, I feel like it will accommodate the v-neck quite well. This is also my first v-neck sweater. I love my v-necks, I just haven't done any yet, so I guess. This is very inspired by Tiffany Liu. Like, I don't know how many years ago it was now, because I feel like my perception of time is very off sometimes. Like, for me it was last year, but it could be like 3 years ago, and I would be completely wrong. But she made a bright green sweater. It was maybe it was this pattern, but it was like a Petiteknit v-neck something. So I was like, good. I'm very happy with how the yarn color shows up on camera, because I feel like every time I try to photograph it, it looks a lot more like this, like a lot more blue and darker. But yeah, so this is it, and I just wanted something very chill. And honestly, I'm dropping some stitches so I can try it on, because I really want to try it on. Oh, and basically, you know, I measured this watch and I was 1 stitch off, but the Stockholm sweater v-neck has just 10 to 15 centimeters positive ease, and as you might have seen, I like a bit more positive ease in my sweater. So I was like, just wanted to be very big and oversized, and I was just going crazy, and I was like, should I calculate? You know, I'm just 1 stitch off, should I calculate? And then I was like, no, I just want to be more, like, what did I say? Spontaneous. I just wanted it to be more spontaneous. So just cast it on size large, it was massive, and I didn't mind it massive, to be honest. It's like how cropped is too crop, it's like how oversized is too oversized, to be honest. I don't know. I feel like I couldn't tell the difference. But it was massive, okay? So I showed it to my friends, and I hold it up like this, and they're like, no, it's massive. And I'm like, oh my God, really? Oh, okay. It wasn't really the main concern. It was that it was using up yarn faster than I would have liked. Basically, I just joined in the round, and I was breaking into the 5th ball. So, and I only had 10, and I just had the yoke done without even the v-neck. So, you know, I was like, oh, you know, I don't really want to. And it, like, just arrived at the end at not being able to buy some more, because this is probably discontinued. Like, I am not even, I don't know, it's called Minerva, but there's not even a yarn brand or anything. It just says it's 100% merino wool, which I have some doubts about it. Either it's really superwash, you know, it has some halo, but it doesn't really block out, which is a sign of, in my opinion, like from my experience, is a sign of them being some synthetics in it, because the, you know, wool is sheep hair, like hair, and hair react, you know, it's the same protein structure as human hair, and hair reacts to humidity and to water, and you know, the actual structure of the protein strand, oh my God, I'm getting really into the rabbit hole, but it changes. And you know, if it's plastic, there are no like bonds in it, like sulfur sulfur bonds. There are no sulfur bonds in synthetic fibers, hence they don't really block out with water. Anyways, so I'm a bit all over the place. I'm sorry, and just excuse me. I think I really want to try it on and see how it is. Basically, I frogged it all after my friends said, "Oh my god, it's massive." So I frogged it and I re-swatched on 5mm needles, and oh my god. Okay, the gauge is 15. No, 15 is too big. It's 18 stitches instead of the 21 in the pattern. So I made some both yarn math and gauge math of like what size I should make. So I'm making size extra small, which will still give me, I think, quite a bit of positive ease. Like, you know, it's scrunched up on the needle, but it's pretty, like, I'm satisfied with the V-neck depth, because for an actual sweaters, I don't know, would like it to be kind of deep. Like, I think it would arrive till here, which is not even that deep. I don't know, I don't care. Honestly, it doesn't, like, the V-neck depth doesn't even change that much in between sizes, so no point. Then I actually struggled a bit with the picking up of the sleeves, because they like the row gauge is a bit off, but also not that much. But also, like it said, to pick up very few amount of stitches. I think it was like 40 something, and like for a sleeve is very skinny. So I mean, I guess it's maybe an older Petiteknit pattern, so you know, there was a bit of like that trend of boxy body and fitted sleeves. Maybe it was that, I have no idea. But as you can see, like my yoke depth allows for a bigger sleeve, so I was like, what's going on? Okay, so I did some math, and this is the sleeve, oh my god, circumference that I'm getting. There are a bit of short rows, as you can see. They don't look that good, also because this yarn is a bit, I don't know, like, I don't know. You know, with, you know, when I'm knitting with wool or with animal fibers in general, I'm like, yeah, this is going to block out, but this is not going to block out. So I'm like, this yarn doesn't work up very neatly. And I don't know if you can tell, but I did, it's not even that I did the math wrong, but I was like, you know, if I think I picked up 72 stitches along here, and of course you want to place you want to do the short rows across the top part of the sleeve, and I was like, oh yeah, 72 divided by 2, I'm like, 36, good, okay. So I did it by like, without calculator, okay. I don't know, these are growing on me today. I don't know, okay. I was just, you know, doing the thing, and I kept counting up to 32, and I was like, this is not on top of the sleeve. Maybe I picked the stitch up like unevenly on both sides. I'm like, do I care that much? I'm like, no. And then I kept knitting. I was like, 32? But 32 times 2 is 64. So what am I doing? And I'm like, Mom, my mom was next to me knitting as well. Mom, but 72 divided by 2 is 36. She was like, yeah. I'm like, oh my god. So I just didn't go back. So it's not perfectly centered on the top of the sleeve. You know, it's a bit more to the front, as you can maybe tell. Like, it's here instead of like here, but it's fine. I don't care, okay? But you can kind of see the short rows turn. I'm planning to steam block this and like with the iron, hoping I do not mess it up and don't burn the heck out of it. But yeah, I don't know about the color. Do you think it will suit me? I don't know. Put it down in the comments. I don't know. I'm just, you know, in moments like this when I'm insecure about the color, I would be like oh yeah, I'll just over dyed it if it's the case. I don't know if it's necessary. Like, it's definitely not my best match, but if Tiffany wears it, maybe I can wear it too. So yeah, this is so much better. I'm glad I frogged it, and it didn't even took that long. So again, glad I frogged it. And yarn management wise, I knit a little bit of the body, as you can maybe tell, like a bit of it, like 4 centimeters. And I'm here on the sleeves, and this is how much as the sleeve I have done, and this is how much of this ball I have left. So, and this is the famous 5th ball. So I feel like I still won't have an absolute abundance of yarn left, if any, but I think that I can pull this off with 1,000 meters. And yeah, and I will like do because the v-neck is like a folded v-neck, it's a double layered v-neck, so I will do the inside with another yarn, you know, it's just the way to do it. And so I'll just like use up a little bit less, and yeah, I don't know, that's cool. This is my only sweater whip. I really want to cast on another sweater, but I don't know if you can tell, but one of my 2025 resolution is like making more colorful staples, because I have a lot of colorful non-staple sweaters that sometimes they can be a bit hard to wear, or sometimes I just want to wear something plain and easy. Like this one, you know, is still kind of a statement because it's a bit colorful, but it's not like absolute crazy madness. So yeah, so probably my next cast on is just going to be another stockinette sweater. I'm not sure, I really am not sure, but I noticed that gap in my wardrobe. Then my second whip is an Oslo hat that I'm making for my brother. Like, his birthday was on the 20th of January. And this is still the situation on the Oslo hat. Mostly because I know I don't have enough yarn. Like, I knitted the brim shorter than in the pattern because it was really thick. And it's really thick in the pattern. But originally I wanted to make him a pair of Sunday socks, but because I didn't have enough time to make it, I gifted him the yarn being like, what do you want? I can either do a pair of socks or a hat, but you have many hats, and I would prefer like knitting you socks, because, you know, if you just have one pair of socks, you're going to wear those, you know. If you have many, it's just, you're going to wear what I made you less. But he was like, my feet are never cold, which I'm like, please, like, I wish I wish I was like that. But so yeah, my feet are not that cold, and I love the color, so please, a hat. So I'm making another Oslo hat. Like, when I hit the 10th Oslo hat, we should celebrate somehow, to be honest. Like, I think this is my 5th or 6th pair Oslo hat. Oh my god, this is going to ruin my hair. So this is how it is. And basically, in my last Oslo hat, I did some like thing and calculations, and I used 12 grams to do the crown shaping at the top. This is 12 grams. So I now should start the shaping, and it kind of depends on how pointy my brother's head is and like how down he likes to wear hats. So basically it's still not done because I'm not sure I have enough yarn, and I don't really want to go out and buy an extra ball, because what am I going to do with like 3/4 of a ball? So, you know, if I have to do it, I will do it, but I will finish it. And like, if he wants more length, I'll just, you know, separate it and then grafted it together. This is a Lane to Nord yarn. Do not remember which one it is. The ball is falling apart. Great. But it is, I think, with like a wool acrylic blend. And it is 100 meters for 50 grams. So yes, this is another whip. So hopefully we'll be done next time. Let's see. Then I have a swatch that I made before, you know, while swatching for the green, like V-neck sweater. This is another of those yarns that like I care less about. And now I'm a bit undecided on what I should do. So I swatched for another Sandro. I feel like it looks better in camera than what it does in real life. I don't know, I swatched for the Sandro, and I think it is on gauge, or mostly on gauge. So I'm like, should I knit my second version in red? There were so many beautiful red versions. And I don't know, I feel like this would be a good red for me. Or should I make just a classic one? I love this, don't get me wrong, but you know, this is a superwash yarn. So it is like, I don't know, the twist is very high, and I really don't know how to show you, but I feel like it has more texture, like you can see, and it's held double, so it kind of has more texture than a regular yarn like this, where the plies are less visible. I don't know if it's just in my mind, but I feel like that I would have already casted it on if I was totally in love with it. So I also thought I could maybe design a cardigan, a Sandro cardigan. I mean, that's something I want to do. That's something I want to do because I don't know, I had so much fun with the sweater that I want to make a cardigan, and I still have so many ideas on like how I should do the construction and like all of it, and like the grading and stuff. So it's all here. So it will happen. But should I do it with this? But also this is like, again, I feel like if I want to do, oh my God, a pattern, I want the sample to be in a yarn that people can use and find. This is not a yarn you can use and find. So either I'll swatch just stockinette and just do another stockinette red sweater, which I don't have, or red Sandro. I don't know, let me know your opinions in the comments, because I still haven't decided on what I want to do with my second sample, because there's just so many lovely options. Like, I'm thinking either brown or white or light gray or that's it, or red. Because in my mind, so one of my testers, I mean, her handle is like Lizzie Knits or something, but I believe her name is Charlotte or something like that. I hope I'm not like totally making this up, but she made a gorgeous light blue, like baby blue Sandro, and I'm like it's basically the sister version of mine, like brother. I mean, I don't really believe in gender assigned colors, you know, but you know, it's light. Oh my God, it's on the floor. You know, this is light, like baby pink, and that is baby blue, and I was like, oh my gosh, again, full circle moment. And I really could envision that as a Sandro cardigan. And so now I'm like, you know, should I make this as a cardigan? Then, you know, all of those things. So this probably not Sandro cardigan. So please, if you have any idea of this, like on what I could do with this, please let me know. And also, if you have any recommendation on staple, like classic, just basic stockinette sweaters, let me know. Like either elevated, non-elevated. Like, I don't know, I just really need more pattern inspiration. I don't know, because I could totally like self-draft the drop shoulder, you know, duh. But I don't know, I just want some more inspiration. So if you know of any stockinette simple sweater that you like, please drop it in the comments because I'm struggling right now. Then of course I would have a huge amount of acquisitions, but I made the yarn haul because that's already like 45 minutes long video, and so I couldn't have included those acquisitions in the podcast. So if you want to look at those acquisitions, I'll link the video here or in the description box. So I feel like this is everything that I had to talk about except the giveaway winner. So I mean, I haven't extracted it yet, but I'll like just edit it in, the name of the winner. So hi, you are the winner of the giveaway. So please reach out to me through email or through DMs. Through email maybe it's better, so I can send you the whichever pattern you requested through email. I feel like that's easier, so through email if that's possible. And I won't reach out to you just to avoid any like weird things of bots and like people reaching out and saying it's me and it's not me. I don't know. Reach out to me, I won't reach out to you. And congratulations, I hope you're happy because I mean, honestly, I've hosted 2 giveaways in my life and I never won one, so I'm very happy for whoever it is that won. So congratulations, I hope you're happy and satisfied. And again, the link to my Sandro will be in the description down below if you want to purchase it, or if you don't, please just click the link and visit the Ravelry page because that really helps. Or like, I don't know, spread the word. And I don't know, I just really hope that I will see so many gorgeous versions in the future. I'm just very excited. And remember that if you want to participate in the Sandro KAL, just, you know, remember to post on Instagram with the hashtag. And if you want to be included in the group chat, remember to reach out to me. So I'm very excited. I've missed talking to you guys so much. I'm just, I don't know, this made my day a lot better. And if you want to subscribe or follow me on Instagram, feel free to do so. All the links are in the description box. This is all. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next time. Bye!